Something that Kim Saeed was saying, if you don't know who she is, she helps people recover from narcissistic abuse. But something she said kind of rang true for me today, and that's like just reading about narcissism and learning about all the things about them is not enough to heal from it. You have to take it to a next level. You have to put aside all the information gathering. I mean, you already know the playbook and all their shenanigans and all that and their behaviors. You already know that. You've seen it close up. So the next step is you have to start healing yourself, um, uh, first and foremost, and not worry about the narcissist because you already know how their story ends. It's not a pretty story. So just you know how it ends. So just block that out, block them out. Just let them shrivel and die in the distance, basically, and just work on yourself fully. Um, they don't even exist anyways. It's a false character, and they won't exist after they die anyway. So you you need to just put that in your head. It's just they don't actually exist, even though they you know words come out of their mouth and stuff, and they can text and stuff. It's not a real person. Seriously, talk to uh, if you listen to a narcissist that actually knows they're a narcissist, like the upper echelons, they know that they're not a real person. They know that you're not talking to a real person. That's the mind screw. Just like if you're texting them at all, you're texting nobody. Nobody. You know, it's just uh, and you're talking to nobody. Is because it's not a real person. They abandoned their real selves a long time ago. So you got to remember that it's just they're pretty much already uh, their fate is already set. So just let them be. Uh, let them intermingle with each other and try to con each other, and just mainly focus on yourself and take your healing up to the next level and just ignore them unless you're in public and you have to defend them with the uh, defend against them with the weapon systems, um, if you have to, you know. But other than that, don't bother with them because they don't really exist. They're just kind of like floaters. They just float around. Like um, parasites, basically, that just try to latch on to people that are actually real people. Um, that's basically the best way I can put it. Is they're just floaters trying to ensnare people, um, from my experience, and they'll lock you in with their hooks and just try to not let you get away from them, basically. Um, Try to ensnare you really deep with it, so it's hard to escape them. But you can't if you do escape them, you can't be afraid to put yourself back out there eventually, and face these uh, fake people. You can't be afraid anymore just because they made your life hell. Um, there is a way um, to be on the upper hand around these individuals if you know what that they're playing a false character, and you know what they're doing. There is a way to like just completely just ignore them. Just identify them and then ignore them. And if they approach, then you know what to do with the weapon systems that um, to send them off, um, with a narcissistic injury, basically. Um, or you can just time them out with silence because they're so they're not patient at all. At all. They're not patient. So you can just sit there and just until they just walk away is my guess that you could do. It's just they're trying to talk to you, but don't say anything until they walk away and go bother somebody else. You know what I mean? Because like they don't really have they don't really have a real life. You know, I know that's harsh to say. Like they have less of a life than I do, and that's pretty harsh because I don't have the best life either. But they have a worse life than I do. How do I know this? I was around them a lot in my life, decades. I was around them. So I know they have no life. They're empty. There's nothing there. And I don't care what words come out of their mouth. It's not a real person there. It's nothing. There's nothing there. It's just hate. Just a walking hate vessel, basically. They hate everything. 24/7. They hate everything. They hate the world. They're angry at the world. How do I know? Because I was around it. And they made me kind of like them, hateful and all that stuff, but I'm not as bad as they are. They're more hateful than I am at this point towards the world and everything, which is crazy. Um, that there are people that are more fearful than I am. I didn't know how fearful they actually were until recently. Um, and so it's kind of like, I don't know, like their fearfulness put fear in me, growing up or something, because they were always fearful, of like the apocalypse, that kind of stuff. They're always fearful, probably because they're afraid of Judgment Day. They're probably afraid of the apocalypse because of Judgment Day, because of all the people they screwed over and all the abuse they inflicted on others and all the lives they destroyed. They're afraid of judgment, no doubt, because the way they act is just like they're running from something, they're running from Judgment Day or something. I don't know. But anyways, like it's just the main thing I just want to say is like just learning about narcissism alone will not heal you. Um, it won't heal the damage done to you. It takes something else. It takes more personal effort on your own, um, as an individual. Um, um, I mean, learning information about it helps at the beginning, but beyond that, like you have to step it up, um, to another level, in my opinion, or um, you have to be able to face these creatures in public without fear. You have to get to that point of being the one that they're afraid of, in my opinion. Well, that's the way I think in my case. Is like I have to step it up to the point where they're afraid of me and go on offense, so to speak. Sure, I could hide all day and uh, just work my job and just ignore the world. Sure, I could do that for decades, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be bullied by most of the population being narcissists. You know what I mean? Like a big chunk of the population being narcissists, just running amok out there, just terrorizing people. Just for fun. I don't want them to run the show like they have for so long. You know what I mean? Just terrorizing people, terrorizing children, their own children, terrorizing everything. Just causing all types of chaos out there, gossip, slandering, everything you can think of. I'm just tired of them. Uh, just running amok and just destroying lives. I've seen it my whole life. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I've been cornered by these things. I've been intimidated by these things. I've been bullied by these things. I felt my life was in danger by these things. And that's family. That's blood. That's not strangers, not stranger danger. It's family danger. Like your own blood wants you dead. They're targeting you when you're a kid. That kind of thing. They hate you. They hate you. You know what I mean? It's it's crazy to be born. It's crazy to be born among these creatures or robots, and they're not normal, but they're dangerous too. But you're just among them by default. You're caught in their delusion by default because you're born among them. And you're just like, how did I get caught up in this whole craziness? It's because you're around a narcissist. you know that's why. You're part of this false narrative of their in their heads, and they're just stringing you along in this false fantasy world in their heads, because they are professional predators. They're professional predators. I don't underestimate them, because I'm I'm a child to two of them, and so I've seen how good they are. Not just I've seen how good they fool everybody, and I've seen how dangerous they are right in my face. Uh, I've seen the real them, and then I've seen the fake them, that they're trying to portray to everybody else, to make everybody else think that they're the normal ones. But in reality, um, they are more screwed up than any person I've been around that has a mental illness. I've been around schizophrenics. I've been around schizoaffectives. I've been around bipolars. I've been around PTSD. I've been around the whole shebang. Narcissists are crazier. They're on a whole nother level of evil, a whole nother level, way beyond a schizophrenic, way beyond a bipolar, way beyond, any type of depression, any type of anything you can think of. They're on a whole nother level of they put they put schizophrenics to shame as far as being evil, or being as messed up. Um, that's how much damage they can do to another individual. That's how uh, messed up they are. They're the most messed up, and a lot of people don't really know the gravity of how messed up they are. How deep the rabbit hole goes on how messed up they are. Um, because they're in positions that, I mean, they're in positions of power all around you. They're in authority positions because they gravitate towards that. But they're the most screwed up individuals, even more screwed up than I am with CPTSD. They are the most screwed up individuals walking around right now, and they don't know it. Part of the disorder is they don't know how messed up they are. They really don't know the lengths of how messed up they are. They don't know how many lives they destroyed. They probably do know how many lives they destroyed. They just secretly enjoy it. I mean, they probably enjoyed all the all the bullying against me, all the intimidation against me as a kid. I mean, they probably enjoyed that. That's how sick they are. They definitely didn't feel remorse for it. They definitely didn't apologize for it. They definitely didn't feel guilt for it. Your own kid, you don't feel guilt for uh, targeting your own kid. That's a red flag right there. Um, at least for me, it was. I'm like, something's wrong with these people. But yeah, there was something wrong with these people. They're the most screwed up. But a lot of people are so used to these people because you see these people on television constantly. You see them because a lot of them are professional actors, um, because they've been acting their whole lives, and so they gravitate toward the acting field. So even on television or movies or whatever you've seen, you're looking at a narcissist. Even in the political arena, you're looking at narcissists. Um, so um, all the leadership in like religions, you're looking at narcissists. For the most part, not all, not all, but a lot of them, because they like the power position uh, that those positions bring, is that power over people. It allows them to have a title over people, to control them. So, anyways, the the lengths that this goes to is insane. Is insane. It The narcissist problem is worse than people even can imagine. It's worse than people think. And the people that don't think it's worse are narcissists themselves that don't even know they're narcissists and are in their own fantasy world in their heads. You know, uh, they're the ones that don't think it's bad. So, anyways, I've noticed that making my own videos kind of helps me. I don't know why. It helps me more than watching a video, because it helps me talk about what I've seen, what I've been through, and the abnormal evil situation that I was in. Uh, I felt like I was a hostage to like the Viet Cong, and I'm not joking. I felt like I was a hostage to like the Viet Cong enemy under one roof. Intimidating me. If I leave the cult, they'll kill me. Type of a feel. If I leave the family, they'll kill me. Type of a feel all the time. It's that they're that dangerous. They really are that dangerous. Um, and so, anyways, that's why I'm like, if anybody manages to escape them, then God bless them. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. I mean, because they're not normal. They're not normal at all. They don't think like a human on any level. So you got to remember that they don't think like humans at all. Anyways, I got to run some errands, but just some things that are on my mind that, just learning about narcissism, just getting information, as much information as you can, isn't enough to heal you. And that's true, that I've learned. It takes more to heal you than just reading about it and that kind of thing. Because I think you could learn about narcissism for like 100 years. Learn about the new tactics, the new behavior, and you still would not be healed from just learning about it. You know what I mean? It takes something else. It takes some kind of um, some real work. You know what I mean? But anyways, just my 2 cents. Um, I'll talk to you guys later.